Welcome back to the channel. This is Simon Cromer, and today we're going to be doing a polish on this 2023 Corvette. We've covered a lot of the surface issues the other day, so most of that is fixed now. Today we're going to be doing polishing. We're going to be showing it all to you right now. So yesterday we did all of the heavy cutting with Elevate on a micro fiber pad with Rupes LHR15, and you guys can probably see here in the light there's some swirling going on, there's some heavier scratches. So we had to do all that to get out these overspray spots, but now we're going to come back today with ignition with a yellow Rupes pad, and we're going to get a lot of this out. So you guys can see where we're starting from. Let's go ahead and try to fix it. We got the first section done, as you guys just saw. We're gonna be wiping off. We got a micro plush right here. So I actually got this from AutoZone. So if you guys run into a little pinch, they sell these at AutoZone, but you're gonna want something really plush and something that's not gonna be able to scratch the paint, because we are on the finishing polish now. So any little scratches that go back into the paint, we're gonna have to do more work on. So you wanna keep that into consideration. Now you can see it's got a nice haze across here. We're gonna wipe it off and we're gonna see where we're at. I got the light over here. We're gonna grab that and we're gonna take a look at the section. So let's go ahead and wipe it off. Usually ignition finishes out really nice. So I'm going into this, I'm pretty happy with what was going on so far. So I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. So after we get a good wipe off, let's go ahead and grab this light really quick. So far, this is what we've got polished. It looks much better. I think I still see like a couple in there. But let's go ahead and compare it to what we haven't done quite yet. Yeah, so it's a big difference. At least here in person, there's a ton of micro scratches all over. And then it really starts to even out. And we got a pretty nice finish right there. I get the money and it's right on cue. Double back, I'm not cool. Hold a couple back, tell them I love you. If you wanna be a boss, do it like I do. Get that money on flex. I get that money on flex. We decided we're gonna toss this towel out because we're leaving too many like little basically fibers behind as we're wiping. So we've got the Rag Company. This is actually a polishing towel. This thing is great because you're not gonna have any of those fibers. It's just not very thick. So we've decided to switch over to that. Now we've got our second section right here. I'm gonna wipe this off. Once we get a nice wipe, we're gonna basically check every section we do just to make sure we're good before we move on. So let's go ahead and check again. This is much better. Now, a little bit of a backstory on this car is we've actually pulled off all the PPF that was originally put onto this car. And then after we did that, we've actually got ceramic coating that's already down below that. So we've got ceramic coating that's already been done. We've got PPF that we've pulled off. So really what we're doing here is we're basically cutting out a little bit of the ceramic while trying to get out some of the scratches that were in there. So it's not going to be perfect because we've still got ceramic on top of the paint, so we're not able to get all the way down, but we're trying to do what we can here, and this is kind of what we're working with this car. So we're going to continue on and keep you guys updated on how it's turning out. A few things to keep in mind as you're polishing any car. This is a lot different than a boat, right? So paint's going to scratch a lot easier, and it's really reflective. It's going to be easy to see in the sunlight, especially on a black like this. So we have Stark Ignition. This is a 1500 grit polish. It's going to break down closer to 2000. Now the key here is to have a good pad. So we've got a nice solid foam pad from Rupes. This is the yellow one. We've got the LHR15. So this is a random orbital polisher. Now ideally I'd rather have the 21, right? So we'd get a bigger throw, but this is all I've got at the moment. So we're using the 15. All we want to do is just, like I showed you guys before, just a couple dots. That's really all you need. And the biggest thing is you want to make sure you guys work this stuff in long enough. So That's gonna be the key as we're polishing. All right guys, so as you get started, make sure you got the cord either wrapped around your neck or somewhere where it's not gonna be like hitting up against the paint, because that could create just little scratches in corners and things like that. So very important, just pay attention to detail. And then as we get this thing started, we're gonna start around 4, and that's typically where I like to work this. So you're gonna notice initially I'm gonna be spreading all the polish around, and then I'm really gonna take it slow, let this thing cut. And like I said, we are kind of polishing a ceramic coating, so it's not gonna handle the same way as if we were polishing directly the paint. So there's gonna be a little bit more scratches, a really hard coating on here. It's not gonna be very flexible. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Let's talk a little bit more on the science of polishing. So really you've got 3 pads. You've got a microfiber pad, you've got a medium foam pad, and you've got like a really fine foam pad. So with the microfiber, this is gonna do a lot of your cutting. It's gonna create more heat. Now, shout out to the guy from Stark. I watched their video the other day, and I guess paint will actually burn around 150 degrees. So that's where you gotta be careful with this pad. This is gonna create the most amount of heat, but you're also able to get the most amount of cut with it. So this is what you're gonna wanna use first. If you got heavy swirls, you got heavy scratches, this is the pad to use. You're gonna wanna use something like Stark Elevate or some other kind of heavy polish that you'd use on a car. So Elevate is definitely my recommendation. Then after you do that, you're gonna wanna move down to a medium foam pad. This thing is pretty firm right here, so this is the Rupes one. We've got Ignition now, which is a 1500 grit polish. This is gonna give us our final kind of cut on this vehicle, and then we'll actually follow up with something like this. So that'll be the last step. Back to the polishing and the grits and the heat that we were just talking about. Recently, I actually just heard from a detailer that, and I think it's a really interesting theory. I don't know if it's true, but if you guys have any more information, go ahead and comment below. But basically, as you're cutting, especially heavy cutting with the microfiber, basically what you're doing is you're heating up the paint a little bit, or not really the paint, but the clear coat. And you're not really taking the clear coat off, but you're rather kind of moving it around. So you're heating up the clear coat and you're able to move it a little bit, which helps fill in those scratches. So that was something I heard recently, which I thought was kind of interesting, and it seems like it actually might be valid. But if anyone knows more, I want to hear your thoughts below, so comment below. We have finally made it to the side of the car. So we're on the left side, and we're gonna continue on with the polishing. You guys can clearly see, like I think we've been doing this for, what is it, like 3 or 4 hours now? 3? Oh, probably 3. So about 3 hours. So, you know, this isn't just like a 5-hour type of job like most people think. You know, we can't correct this whole thing, get it perfect, and coat it all in a single day. So very extensive amount of work, and especially depending on how much you're actually looking to get done. So this is where we're at now. Once we get over to the other side, we're gonna time lapse that, and we're gonna kind of work up to the front, and I'll see you there. I don't know why, but like doing the roof of a car is like one of my least favorite spots. It's like doing a hard top on a boat. It's like nobody wants to do it, but it's gotta get done. It's like the most important part. But yeah, this part sucks, but we only got one more section to go, and then I will see you on the front. After 4 hours, we have finally made it to the front. We're on the home stretch, and I'm exhausted. I haven't ate anything all day, so running low on energy, but I really want to get this finished out. So all we've got left is we've got the hood right here, and we've got this front bumper piece. The front quarters are done, and everything in the back is done. So that is where we are at up to this point. and let's go ahead and get this thing knocked out. We are on our final section of polishing on this 2023 Corvette. We got the final piece right here. I just want to go over some things about the front of the car, which is different from the rest of the car. So with the front of the car, you're going to get rock chips, you're going to get scratches, right? You're going to get a lot of sunlight, a lot of UV. Same with the top of the car. Very important that we get this corrected properly and protected. So I recommend PPF or clear bra, which is basically just interchangeable terms, but you're gonna want to get that on there, get it ceramic coated. That's the best way to go about it, unless you're gonna stay far away, right? So when you're driving a sports car like this, you want to kind of make sure you're keeping distance. You don't want to ride right up next to people. You've got a lot of dump trucks, you've got a lot of things going on, especially down here in Florida. So very good idea to get PPF, get it coated, get it protected, and same with the top of the car. Just finished up all the polishing. We're gonna get this thing outside if we can, and we're gonna see if it looks as good as it does in the shop. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing out. Unfortunately, we didn't have the key, no key found around here, so I will get you guys what the car looks like, and that's gonna be a wrap today. Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to hit the like button, hit that bell notification so that every time we release a video, you will be notified, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.